House to Home, presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
You know what, everybody? For House to Home this week, I'm just so mad at these two. Liz is in Alaska right now on a fishing trip. But Liz is actually in a van driven by her son, Chef Peter. Uncle John is off on the side. Her daughter-in-law, Monica's over there. You can see the fishing poles right there. They just had an amazing catch, and they're heading back to their Airbnb. And Gina is down south in Namo Falls, hanging out at the waterfall. And I'm just here in the office. You guys just do the show yourself, man. I'm out.
Now you're turning green.
Not as green as that wonderful foliage behind you. Foliage or
You,
foliage?
oh, look, can you hear the falls, Jason?
Yes, I can. Yes, and waterfalls are awesome.
Oh my gosh, it's just so wonderful. So why am I out here? You know, I am out here taking a look at the property because the owners of Namo Falls have decided that this might be the time for them to let this go. They're going to be putting this on the market, and they're at some point going to want another family who's going to love it just as much as they have, because owning a botanical garden with the falls on it, and I didn't realize, but there's a grand a grandfather falls, which is a really big area, and a grandma falls, which is where I'm at right now. It's behind me. And so it's not just the falls, but there's a botanical garden down here with awesome plants. I can't even describe it to you. I'm going to take as much photos as I can, but this type of ownership, we need to find somebody who's going to love the land and love the property as much as this family has, and who could really develop it and just turn it into to something even more spectacular than what it already is. And so that's why I'm down here. And instead of trying to reschedule, I said, I cannot. I want you guys to get a little bit of a peek, because this is just such a wonderful adventure to come out here and look at this. And sometimes this is why we're just completely in love with our work, is because we get to do awesome things like this.
Okay, and I hope you brought the mosquito coil or mosquito spray too, because be careful down there.
I'm a rare creature. Mosquitoes don't bite me. Liz thinks, my husband also, they think they're afraid of me. So I don't get bitten. I don't get bitten at all when I'm out here. That's terrible to say, but it's true.
Oh,
Wait, I
okay.
have to show you the plants. I have to show you the.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, wait, I'm doing this wrong. I, I'm trying to. There. Do you see this?
That's beautiful.
Jason, it is gorgeous. People just have to come out here. I know before COVID, people used to come out here and enjoy the falls.
Yep.
And it's still so beautiful, especially with all the rain and everything that's been going on. The foliage here is vibrant and beautiful,
N-
and the
Now,
falls
let
is
me
fantastic.
let me ask you guys, because Liz, I'd like your opinion on this, because when my grandfather passed property down to my dad when he left us, and then my dad to me, um, the property that Tata passed to me was my dad's plot has a waterfall on it, but they said because of that, I believe it was the Army Corps of Engineers said, like because you've actually got like a waterfall and certain types of certain structure and everything like that, it's going to be difficult to build a house there as far as like the clearances and everything like that. So how would like say like if
Well,
Gina's property is going to be put on the market, how would they go about that?
I think if anyone who purchased that, I I think they'd probably want to maintain its beauty unless the home that they're going to build.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, Gina,
so
give us some
let
visuals.
me
I think Liz
yeah,
ran
let,
into
let me let me start where she left off.
oh,
So,
there she is.
Liz,
Yeah, Liz,
Yeah.
we lost you for about 10 seconds. Oh, okay.
so
Her connection's catching up. I mean, it is a big
yeah,
state, Alaska.
yeah. So Jason, there's about 17,000 square meters. And, of course, developing something like this, I always encourage people, if you buy a piece of property like this, you're going to fall in love with it because of the natural beauty, the plants, the foliage, the trees, the waterfalls. So you're going to want to develop around that, with that in mind. Uh, I'm also hoping that somebody who buys this is going to have the concept of continuing the botanical garden. But there is so much land here that you could build some residential. There are restrictions. You cannot build, there's a certain distance you have to be away from the waterfalls. There's limitations on how much you could build here, but you certainly are able to build. It's not, the government doesn't restrict you completely, but you have to build within a parameter. How far can you get to the waterfalls? What can you do with certain trees? Actually, there's protection on that as well. But it's not that you can't do it. You're going to be able to do it with restriction. And there is so much land here that you are going to be able to do something, but not the same way if you bought a piece of property, let's say
There you
in
go.
Barragata, the same size, you could just go in there and clear the whole thing, which I have to say, I hate that when they just go in there and completely murder all the plants and then build housing. I, I, I love building housing, but I also love saving as much of the vegetation as you can. It's not always possible, but I'm an advocate for that.
And that's why your
So,
name, that's why your official name on this show is Gina of the Jungle, especially today.
oh, I love it. I love that. Yeah. Uh, but you know what? Yeah, there's restrictions, but you can work with the restrictions. You can make it work. If you love the property enough, anything could work. You could find a way to work with the government, with your land, and with all the different agencies that get involved.
Okay, Liz, what are your thoughts on that? Because Gina just pointed out, you can see the fact that you can actually develop and build that property once it's yours is not off the table. It's just a little bit different than if it's a bare piece of land.
Definitely. And I think it'll be a beautiful spot, especially to get tourists to come and check out the botanical garden. So there's a number of things they could do as a resident on the property, enjoying its beauty. But at the same time, I think the family has probably shared that property with our local community tourists, right, Gina?
You know, this their business was tourist based, and before COVID it was very, very busy with tourism, but of course they protected the land and they had restrictions of what could or could not be done on the property, like most people who love a botanical garden. But you know, it's time to move on, and it's time to find the next generation of property owners that would love to develop this piece. And that's why I'm out here. And part of the reason I wanted to do the show out here was not so much to highlight this, but to highlight what we do. We're not just in the office. We don't just talk about the real estate laws. We we're not just fighting for type, new sewer systems and being able to do ADUs on your property. This is really what we do. We come out here and we look at property, and we talk to the owners, and we brainstorm with them, and we try to figure out what's going to be best for them, for their future, for their property, for the potential buyers. And this is the part we really love.
And that's what Gina's gonna say to her beautiful granddaughter. She's gonna say, "Grandma, what did you do today?" Oh, Charlie, Grandma went to waterfalls today.
I've been sending them pictures since I got here, so thank you.
Oh my gosh.
But I'll let you guys go.
Oh, what?
I'm here with Mr. Borja. We're gonna
Oh, there you go.
finish looking around at the property, and if anybody's interested in coming down, just give me a holler, and I'll
There you go.
sneak you down here. We'll take a look around.
Okay, Gina, can we get you to one time, the ah?
Oh, I don't do that, but thank you for asking.
That might be kind of weird for some of the creatures of nature that'll be around here.
Yeah, but thanks for asking, Jason.
Okay, well, Gina of the Jungle reporting live from Namo Falls.
There
Please be
you
careful.
go. Bye,
Please be careful.
guys.
Okay, so Liz and family, because you guys are out there again in Alaska. We've talked with appraisers, we've talked about surveyors. Liz, when it comes to a piece of property, like, I mean, is it even considered property at that point? Because I mean, it's still so lush and natural. How do you even begin to attach a market value on something like that?
Well, I think what Gina will more than likely do, there's a couple things. Either the family would get an appraisal to get an idea of what the value is, or Gina will do a market analysis for properties of similar type that have sold, but of course, there are not many. She would probably look at property within the area based on the size and do an analysis just to see what they could charge per square meter for the property. but I'm sure there are buyers out there that would like to develop the property and continue marketing it towards tourists. Our tourism market is still on a low at this point, but Guam needs more areas for tourism,
Hmm.
and that would be a great site to continue to develop and share with tourists as well as our local community.
Now, if you were going to get that market analysis that you just spoke of, what if you wanted to rezone it, or you're at least like, investigating the possibility that it might be used not necessarily for commercial, but maybe for residential or agricultural? Would you have to have three different reports produced?
Well, if to go through a rezoning process, of course, it would take a while because you'd have to go to the land use commission to rezone the property. Speaking of which, I just want to bring up that the legislature introduced a bill that is supposed to help streamline the permitting process. They just conducted a hearing on it last week, which we attended and testified on. And the streamlining for the permitting process was basically for low to middle income homes, project development for that. And we testified in favor of it, that it's a great idea, but they still have the environmental concerns that have to be addressed, the regular permitting process that has to go through, but hopefully streamlining it so it quickens, it speeds up the process
Sure.
versus it taking a year or two to get your permitting through the process. So they did have a number of government entities that appeared for the hearing, which was Bureau of Planning, Land Management, and Guam EPA. They
Okay.
all
Well, real quick, I hope you don't mind me like sharing this, but I'm actually screen sharing the picture of you and your wonderful family, like this incredible catch you guys got out there in Alaska. So we see there's Chef Peter, there's Monica, his wife, and then there's you and Uncle John at the end. Who are the two people in the middle?
Yeah, the two is Leonard, Monica's brother, and his
Okay.
wife, Car.
Oh, okay. Gosh, I didn't recognize, but how many fish did you guys catch? How many salmon?
We each caught six each, which was the requirement per day.
So
Yeah,
30 salmon. Wow.
yeah. So we had, but yeah, we each caught six, and so you're required six per day. Yeah, and then we caught some more the following day, and then we took them to the processing plant to cut them, freeze them, and we're taking some home.
Very nice. Okay, before we go, I do have a bit of business just to ask you if, since you're on the way back to the Airbnb, we reported that Reventax, now has a official registry of all real estate agents who are registered with them, so consumers, buyers, sellers, whatever like that can always see what our friend Eddie from the Philippines, when he joined us like last week, indicated that there are a lot of people that are in the real estate business that kind of operate like outside, you know, outside the official registration process. Oh, who's that?
Oh, they just saw a moose on the side of the road. Everybody got so excited seeing a
A
moose.
moose.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, anyway, going back to the publishing the list of licensed agents, I really think it's a great idea because having that when people are dealing with real estate agents, you want to know, are they properly licensed? And I know there were situations where people were actually trying to sell real estate, but they were not licensed. So this would help the community in checking the list to say, hey, am I dealing with a licensed professional, or is it someone working outside the lines of the law?
So
You
it's
know,
so it's consumer security and peace of mind.
that's correct. That's correct. So I think it's a great idea. There was a situation, I think, where someone was in the process of selling property, but no one realized that that individual's license may have already expired and was improperly working on a transaction. So I think it would be good for all of us, all the way around, realtors, so that if we're dealing with another real estate agent, also we can check, is their license current?
Okay. So we have had a full show today. We've gone down to the waterfalls. We've been in the stream catching salmon. I'm going to the baseball field later on today, so it's a great Tuesday.
Yeah. Have
Okay,
fun then.
okay, well, hey, if you guys go out and do like another fishing trip and everything like that, best of luck to you, and send plenty pictures.
Okay, will do.
Okay, have a good trip, everybody. Take care.
All right. Bye. Say bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Happy liberation.
Same to you.
Bye bye.
Adios.
House to Home, presented by Remax Diamond Realty.